The Wolverine Sports Network is on the air.
He's going to keep the football. Drive for the goal line. He's the goal. It's a touchdown. The Wolverines have won it on the final play of the game. Touchdown East. A Wolverine walk-off winner. Ostrowski, the righty, winds and deals. Strike three. It's a perfect game. Tate Ostrowski has thrown a perfect game for the Wolverines. Pfeiffer back to throw. Has time. Looking for the end zone and wants to go. Touchdown! It is a touchdown for the Wolverines with 7 seconds to play. Grove City has won. Grove City wins the PAC. The Cinderella story is alive. Pfeiffer takes the snap. Looking to throw. Fires downfield. Frazier made the catch and scored the touchdown to win it for the Wolverines.
And we are live once again here at College Field. Game 2 of this doubleheader in the President's Athletic Conference. Grove City and Hiram Wolverines taking the opener by a score of 3-2. Game 2 about to get underway in the next about 5 minutes or so. When we come back, we'll get you the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash starting lineups as Grove City goes for the sweep on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash will go. It's that equals. You check your oil, check your clothes, and get you clean. Fast, friendly service for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Microplanes or filters, check your tire pressure. Locally off, nationally not.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Fall. Leaves are changing. Why not get a jump start on the season and get the oil changed in your vehicle? We have your grade of Valvoline oil regardless of your gas or diesel engine. We stock most air filters and windshield wiper blades. So don't forget, we offer 2 automatic car washes along with 2 self-serve bays. Stop by to have your car run and look great. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash will go. It's that easy.
And we are back here on the Wolverine Sports Network. Grove City and Hiram, Game 2 about to get underway. The pitching matchup in this one for Grove City, it is Alexis Jackson. She's 3-0. It'll be her 5th start of the season, ERA of 5.5, 26 innings, 8 strikeouts, 12 walks, 43 hits allowed. And for Hiram, it is Avery Contini, who is 2-6, ERA of 4.18, 15th appearance, 10th start, 57 innings pitched, 25 strikeouts, 25 walks. She has allowed 75 hits. Grove City winning the first one 3-2. Hiram will look to bounce back and get the sweep, or the split. Grove City going for the sweep. Sweep big for a number of reasons. It gets Grove City a game ahead of Hiram in the standings, but also the head-to-head. In effect, it makes it another game. So this is certainly a huge one in the PAC race. Again, no matter what happens in this second game, nobody clinches anything. Nobody is eliminated. But it could go a long way determining who gets into the PAC tournament next week and who is putting away the equipment. The starting lineups, as you heard, are brought to you by Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash in Grove City, located on North Broad Street. You don't go there just for an oil change. You go there for the experience. For Hiram, leading off, it's the center fielder, Danielle Robles. Ari Torres, the second baseman, bats second. Megan Moser, the left fielder, hits third. Kayla Prigge will catch and bat cleanup. Hannah Marlowe, the DP, bats fifth. Dana Makaru, the third baseman, hits sixth. Lola Thomas will play shortstop and bat seventh. Hannah Schmoller, the right fielder, hits eighth. Avery Contini will pitch and bat ninth. Haven Papineau, the first baseman, is in the flex position. Again for Hiram, Robles, Torres, Moser, Prigge, Marlowe, Makaru, Thomas, Schmoller, and Contini. For Grove City, leading off is the left fielder, Evelyn Montone. Noelle Anthony in center will bat second. Cora Myers, the first baseman, hits third. Lily Meidel, the shortstop, bats cleanup. Batting fifth is the catcher, Sydney Shea. Kristen Tesh will be the DP in game number 2. She hits sixth. Emma Vogt will draw into the starting lineup at third base and bat seventh. Sydney McBride in right field hits eighth. Abby Stauffer will play second base and bat ninth. And in the circle, it's Alexis Jackson. She is in the flex position. Montone, Anthony Myers. Meidel, Shea, Tesh. Vogt, McBride, Stauffer. Your umpires, Bob Cito behind the plate. Chuck Matsko in the field. Take one final break and have the first pitch of Game 2 on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Founded in 1955, the President's Athletic Conference is regarded as one of the elite NCAA Division III conferences in the nation. Comprised of 12 private institutions and one associate member, the PAC thrives in athletics and academics. Now sponsoring 24 varsity sports, the PAC remains unique in this day of high-pressure college athletics, with academics at the core of every program. With over 300 academic All-Americans and over 1,400 academic honor roll recipients with a 3.6 GPA or higher in the past year alone. Our student athletes excel in athletics as well as the classroom. Want to learn more? Visit us at pacathletics.org or follow us on social media.
Ask their parents a lot of questions.
Why can't people fly?
Gravity.
Is it really made of cheese?
Yep, cream cheese.
When can I move into a big kid's car seat?
For some questions, parents may not have the answer, but that's okay. They can't know everything, but knowing the right seat for their age and size will help protect them in a car crash. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Where do babies come from?
Good luck, Dad. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Alexis Jackson concluding her warm-up pitches in the circle. Wolverines black tops, black pants, red numbers, white lettering, red sleeves, and the red socks. Hiram in the navy jerseys, navy pants with the robin egg blue numbers and letters outlined in white. Hiram on the first base dugout. Grove City occupying the third base side. Glad you could join us here for game number 2. Wolverines won the opener today by a final of 3-2. And will be Danielle Robles leading off for Hiram. She went 0 for 3 with a walk in game number 1. Alexis Jackson, who did not play in game 1, she has been under the weather somewhat as of late, too. Her first pitch is fouled off, and we are underway here on East Pine Street at the intersection with South Harvard. First pitch at 5:16 on an absolutely beautiful day in Mercer County. The 0-1 misses. It's now 1-1. Temperature, game time is at 74 degrees. Light breeze blowing out towards left. Jackson's 1-1. Line down the left field line. It is a foul ball. Just a few inches outside of the painted line down the left field line. Would have been extra bases for Robles. Instead, it is a long strike. And the count is now 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Jackson deals. This one's bounced on the right side, knocked down by Myers, the first baseman. She will step on the bag for out number 1. One away for Ari Torres, who moves up from the 7th spot of the order. She and Thomas flip-flop from the 2 spot in the 7 hole. Torres went 2 for 3 in game 1. The only change in the Hiram batting order is the pitcher. Yasmin Clark pitched game 1, Avery Contini in game 2. They're both in the 9 spot. Everything else is the same positionally as Jackson's first pitch is in for a strike. Ari Torres, righty batter, takes the off-speed pitch in for a strike, and it's now 0-2. Good news up on the hill at Jack Behringer Field. We'll tell you about that in a minute. This Grove City baseball team goes for a sweep of Bethany. Wolverines won the opener 4-3 in 11 innings up on the hill. 0-2, chopped left side. Vogt Fields the hop, throws over, and dug nicely by Cora Myers. Nice job by Myers to handle a short hop that could have handcuffed her. And that's out number 2. It'll bring up Megan Moser. Moser, the Hiram left fielder. 1 for 4 with a run scored in the opener. Full slate of Wolverine action today. 3 games at home, or 3 events at home, so to speak. Jackson's first offering bounced up the middle, knocked down by Stauffer, the second baseman, but it will be a base hit for Moser. And the first hit is a single up the middle for Megan Moser. Runner on for Kayla Prigge. Wolverines did not retire her in game 1. 3 singles and a double, along with a run batted in the opener. Alexis Jackson, the junior from Coventry Township. This one hit back up the middle. Meidel, the shortstop, had it, lost it. Did she get to the bag? The field umpire said she had it long enough and stepped on the bag. And I think that the Hiram head coach and third base block, Giselle Bahana, may ask for a little bit of help, or is going out to talk to Chuck Matsko. And it was close. And now Chuck Matsko is going to talk to Bob Cito to see if he saw it better. And I think that Coach Bahana has a somewhat of a legit argument here. Meidel scooped it. Yeah, she's safe. Yeah, that's the right call. And now Kristen Kramer wants an explanation, but from our vantage point here, that was it was mishandled. She had it, bobbled it, and then never stepped on the base with possession. So the air keeps the inning going. That'll bring up Hannah Marlowe, Hannah Marlowe, 2 for 4 with a run batted in game 1. It's a case, too, where the field umpire's position with the runner coming in there, the second baseman was also there. Home plate umpire had a pretty clear shot, similar to the view that we had here. And our video is resetting for a moment. We apologize for that, but let's see if we can get that corrected here in short order. Jackson's first pitch is high for a ball. And I believe we're back. The first pitch was high. The 1-0 is looped out into right field. It's a base hit. Sydney McBride up with it quickly. The throw will be cut off. And the air comes back to haunt the Wolverines here in the top of the first. As Hiram takes a 1-0 lead. Marlowe going the other way, scoring Moser. Prigge will stop at second. That brings up Makaru. It was 0 for 4 in game 1. Jackson's first pitch high for a ball. The run unearned. Wolverines looked like they were out of the inning, but unable to get a routine force play. The 1-0 is inside now, 2-0 on Dana Makaru. Prigge at second. Marlowe, the runner, at first. 2-0 off-speed pitch in for a strike now, 2-1. In the home half of the first, it'll be Montone, Anthony Myers for Grove City. Of course, the Wolverines getting an unearned run on the bottom of the 6th in game 1. That certainly loomed large. in the 3-2 win. 2-1, chopped foul up the third base side. It's now 2-2. Grove City Baseball's put into a 4-4 tie up on the hill with Bethany. They're in the top of the fifth in the nightcap there. We'll take a look at the PAC scoreboard as time permits as well. A lot of baseball and softball action. 2-2, line to right. McBride coming on and makes the knee-high basket catch. Nice job by McBride to flag that one down and end the inning. But Hiram gets the early lead, a run, 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 left. Through a half inning in game number 2, Hiram 1. Grove City coming to bat on the Wolverines Sports Network.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Evelyn Montone will lead off against Avery Contini. 1-0 Hiram the lead. Montone, Anthony, and Myers. Montone, 1 for 3 in game 1, extending the hitting streak to 14 games. And the first pitch to Montone from Contini is low for a ball. Montone, righty batter towards the front of the box. That one misses low. It's now 2-0. Tuvo skips in, and it is now 3-0. Contini this year, 25 walks in 57 innings, so not a number that would really jump off the page at you. .30 strike at the bottom of the zone. Now 3-1 on Montone. The 3-1. Bouncer knocked down by Contini. Grabbed by the shortstop. Throws the first and safe. Montone beats it out. Nice play by Thomas to make it close, but it is a single up the middle for Evelyn Montone. And the Wolverines have a runner on for Noel Anthony. Anthony 0 for 3 in game 1, a flyout and a couple of groundouts. And it's a 15-game hitting streak for Evelyn Montone. Shows bunt, puts down the bunt. Grabbed by Contini and throws over to the second baseman Torres covering. The sacrifice goes 1-4. Tying run in scoring position for Cora Myers. Myers, a team leader in runs batted in on the season with 27. She scored a run, doubled and scored in the 6th. Her and Mito, who had the back-to-back doubles to tie the game in the 6th in game number 1. First pitch to Myers, and it's fouled on the first base side, 0-1. 0-1 bounces in. The count even at a ball and a strike. Priggy, the catcher, chasing Montone back to the bag. Montone, 10 steals in 12 attempts this year. The 1-1. Sky to left. Going back, still going back, and making the off-balance head-high catch is the left fielder Moser for out number 2. The ball had a little bit more carry on it than she thought, but Moser able to get back and record the second out. Brings up Lily Meidel. Meidel, 1 for 3 with a double, a run scored, and a run batted in game 1. Meidel bats now with Montone on second and 2 down. Third baseman Makaru in front of the bag. Montone breaking for third to throw down and safe. So the stolen base gets Montone at third. The pitch was a strike. And it's 0-1. 0-1, strike at the belt, now 0-2. 11th steal of the season for Montone. That leads a team. It's 4th in the conference. 0-2. Misses away. Now 1-2. Contini deals the 1-2 high, 2-2 now. Earlier today, Bethany defeated Geneva 4-2. Westminster blanked Teal 10-0. And then this one bounced up the middle and will scoot through for a base hit. A seeing eye single for Lily Meidel up the middle. Montone scores, and we are knotted at 1 here in the bottom of the first. Meidel was behind 0-2. Able to battle, even up the count, and then punch one through the infield to tie it at 1. And brings up Sydney Shea. Shea with a couple of walks in game 1. And the first pitch is low for a ball to Sydney Shea. Get you a few other in-progress scores. 1-0 in for a strike, now 1-1. Teal on top of Westminster 1-0 in the second. Geneva and Bethany are scoreless. They're just underway down in West Virginia. We're in the bottom of the first here in game 2. Each team has scored a run in the opening inning. 1-1 is a strike to Shea, now 1-2. Hannah Marlowe, a 2-out RBI single, scored Moser in the top of the inning for Hiram. Evelyn Montone scoring on a 2-out single from Lily Meidel. 1-2, misses low and away. Shea checked her swing. The count is now 2-2 on Shea. Played third base in game 1, catching in game 2. Two bouncer flagged by Contini. Nice backhand grab. She'll gun it over to first and end the inning. Grove City able to push the tie and run across, however. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. Through 1 in game 2. Grove City 1, Hiram 1. You're watching or listening to Grove City College Softball on the Wolverine Sports Network and the PAC Digital Network.
You can't escape a traffic jam. Know what else you can't escape? Seasonal allergies. And you might think you can avoid that coffee stain until... Oh, really? You can't escape a lot of things in life, but you can escape prediabetes. Prediabetes captures 1 in 3 adults. There are usually no signs of prediabetes. In fact, most people don't even know they have it. But with early diagnosis, you can change the outcome and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Take action by taking the 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. You might not be able to escape having this song stuck in your head, but you can escape prediabetes. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org today. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Lola Thomas leads off the top of the second for Hiram. Alexis Jackson's first pitch misses low. Thomas, Schmoller, and Contini for the Terriers. Thomas batted in the 2 spot in game 1, went 1 for 4 with a run scored. The 1-0 from Jackson. Chopped foul at the plate. Bit of an awkward looking swing from Thomas, and the count is a ball and a strike. Wolverines will be at St. Vincent Saturday to close the regular season. Hiram goes to Allegheny. There'll be a lot riding on both of those doubleheaders for these two teams. The 1-1 from Jackson. Off-speed pitch in for a strike. It's now 1-2. Whoever wins this one's going to have a leg up in terms of getting into the tournament. Both teams are 10-9 right now. Jackson deals. Skied out into short left field. Evelyn Montone drifting towards the line. Makes the catch for out number 1. It really becomes advantage of Grove City if the Wolverines win this one because they would have a head-to-head sweep. Should Hiram win this one, then the teams end up tied after Saturday. Then they would go to other tiebreakers within the league. This brings up Hannah Schmoller. Schmoller 1 for 2 in game 1. Swings the first pitch down the left field line into foul territory. Montone diving, can't get there. Good effort by Evelyn, but she comes up empty, and it's 0-1. Update in Grove City baseball, 7-4. Bethany with the lead. Bison striking for 3 in the top of the 5th. Jackson's 0-1. Misses low, and it's now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and a 1-1 game. Like the picket fence on the scoreboard. Jackson deals. That one's high, 2-1. Grove City defense, Sydney Shea doing the catching. Cora Myers at first, Abby Stauffer at second, Emma Vogt at third, Lily Mito at short, Evelyn Montone in left, Noelle Anthony in center, Sydney McBride handling right field in the nightcap. And Alexis Jackson in the center of the diamond are 2-1. Strike at the knees. It's now 2-2 on Schmoller. Avery Contini, who pinch hit for Schmoller in game 1, is on deck. 2-2 line to right down the line. It is a fair ball. Schmoller rounding first on her way to second. McBride up with it quickly, but it is a double into the right field corner for Hannah Schmoller. The go-ahead run is in scoring position with 1 down for Avery Contini. Struck out as a pinch hitter in the 4th inning of game 1. She will bat here. In the bottom or the top of the second, pardon me, looking to break a 1-1 tie. Jackson deals, and the righty's first pitch high to Contini. Schmoller's double, the 3rd hit of the game for Hiram. First extra base hit in the nightcap. 1-0 bounces in. Good job by Shea to keep it in front of her. 2-0 to Contini, the freshman from Dover, Ohio. Jackson's next one is high, 3-0 now on Avery Contini. Danielle Robles, leadoff batter, waiting on deck. Jackson looking to battle back, behind in the count, 3-0. That one right down Pine Street, 3-1 on Contini. Vogt, the third baseman, even with the bag hugging the line. Myers a step in front of the bag at first. The 3-1. Line to left. Montone coming on, makes the waist-high grab, guns it back to second. Schmoller back. Contini squared it up. But a good jump from Montone to record the second out. Back to the top of the order for Danielle Robles, who grounded out to first, leading off the game. Schmoller out at second, and now 2 down for the Terriers. Jackson's first pitch to the left-hand hitting Robles is high for ball 1. Stauffer, the second baseman, shading the hole. Meidel straight up at short. 1-0 is low, 2-0. Temperature in the mid-70s. Perhaps the nicest day of the spring so far. I think we're supposed to have a few more of those, and then a wet weekend in the forecast. 2-0. Hit out towards right center. Anthony coming over. Can't get there. Drops in for a base hit. McBride with it. Will throw it into second. It is a sliding double for Robles. And Hiram back on top. 2-1. A run-scoring double from Robles. That'll score Schmoller. And Hiram back on top. 2-1 in the top of the second inning. Brings up Ari Torres, who grounded out to third in her first at bat. Each team has scored in its half inning. First one is fouled off the plate, 0-1 on Torres. Robles runs very well out at second. Anything to the outfield, especially with 2 outs, probably scores her. 0-1 misses inside. A ball and a strike. Outfield straightaway normal depth for Torres, the right-hand hitting second baseman. One misses outside, 2-1. Now Sydney Shea will walk the ball out to Jackson, give her a breather, and they will discuss strategy. Grove City has Tesh, Vogt, McBride, 6, 7, and 8 due to hit in the bottom of the second. Grove City Women's Lacrosse home tonight, 6 o'clock at Thornfield. Special Thornfield appearance for the women's lacrosse team, playing Otterbein. 10-5 team out of the Ohio Athletic Conference, making the trip up from Westerville. A really good late season test for both teams. Wolverines will host Teal Saturday at 3 to close the regular and conference seasons. Grove City will be the top seed in the PAC tournament next week. And will host a semifinal next Thursday night. And Grove City would have the championship game at home should the Wolverines advance. That's 6 o'clock on the other side of Wolf Creek. Otterbein, Grove City Women's Lacrosse. 2-1. And as a liner knocked down by Vogt, and everybody is safe. As sliding into the bag, Robles took out Vogt from behind, clipped her. Vogt up and appears to be okay. Robles will go to third on Torres' infield single. And it's now 1st and 3rd with 2 down for Megan Moser, who singled and scored in the first. A lot going on at third. The ball, the defender, the runner all in there and all trying to occupy the same space. The runner's on the corners now. Hiram looks to add to its 2-1 lead. And there's a liner, or a one-hopper, grabbed by Vogt. Throws over to first to end the inning. Hiram reclaims the lead, however. Terriers get 1 run. 3 hits, no errors. And for the second straight inning, Hiram strands a pair of runners. Middle of the second at College Field. 2-1, Hiram on top on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff, even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Kristen Tesh leads off the bottom of the second for Grove City. Tesh 0 for 3 in game 1. She's the DP in game 2, and Contini's first pitch is a strike on the outer third of the plate. Tesh, Vogt, McBride due for the Wolverines in the bottom of the second. Hiram back on top 2-1. Avery Contini deals. And Tesh ropes one down the left field line and foul. 0-2 on the senior from Clinton Township, Michigan. Update in Grove City baseball, now 7-5. Wolverines are within 2 in the bottom of the fifth against Bethany. Oh, 2 is a fister back towards the rubber, grabbed by Contini. She'll throw over to first, and Tesh is the first out in the second inning. That'll bring up Emma Vogt, her first action of the afternoon. Vogt very busy down at third so far today. Vogt hitting .289. It's her 14th start. She's 11 of 38, no home runs, and 8 runs batted in. Contini's first pitch is on the outside corner. Strike to Vogt, the freshman third baseman. 3 freshmen in the starting infield for the Wolverines. 0-1 is high. Vogt, Lily Meidel, and Cora Myers all starting in the infield in game 2. Abby Stauffer, the second baseman, is a junior. 1-1, poked down the right field line, and it slices foul. Grove City's gotten a lot of contributions from its freshman class this year. Cora Myers leading the team in runs batted in. Meidel, the reigning PAC newcomer of the week. Vogt has put together a really good rookie season. We saw Zoe Bott start the opener. Aaron Timms was the DP in game 1. Zoe Lidner has seen a lot of action in the middle infield as well. 1-2 is a bouncer right back to the pitcher. Grabbed by Contini. Throws over to first, and Vogt is retired for the second out. That'll bring up Sydney McBride. McBride hitting .323 this year. 18th start of the season for her. No home runs and 7 runs batted in. McBride takes the first pitch for strike 1 down the middle. 0-1 on the Virginia product. 0-1 high, 1-1. Third baseman Makaru in front of the bag. Likewise over at first base, Haven Papanow. 1-1 bounces in 2-1. McBride in the number 8 spot of the order, wearing jersey number 8. Abby Stauffer, who wears number 9. She's in the 9 spot. She's on deck. 2-1, misses a bit high. 3-1 on McBride. Sun-splashed afternoon, now evening, or almost evening here in western Pennsylvania. 3-1 is high. Ball 4, a 2-out walk to McBride. Third base runner of the afternoon for Grove City. First walk issued by Contini. 2 down for Abby Stauffer. Stauffer, 3 for 32 at the plate this year. She's had some bad luck, too. Hit some balls right at people. You have to think she's due to break through here. First offering is in for a strike from Contini. 0-1. The junior from Greencastle Antrim. 0-1. Carbon copy of the first one, and now Stauffer behind 0-2. Off speed is popped up on the infield. And Papineau, the first baseman, drifts to her right to make the catch. And we have our first scoreless half inning of the nightcap. For Grove City, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. Through 2 in game number 2. The Hiram Terriers lead Grove City 2-1 on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Hey, is that a faucet running? Nope, that's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. It is? Yeah, forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink. The water comes straight from the forest to us. In fact... What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum. That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe. How do trees clean the air? They soak up the dirty air on their leaves, branches, and trunks, which means clean air for us. Cool. I didn't know that. Yep. But the forest does more than give us clean air and water. It gives us shade for hot days, birds to listen to, and trees to climb. Wow, that's awesome. I didn't know how cool the forest could be. Hey, let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Kayla Prigge will lead off for Hiram, and Jackson's first pitch is fouled at the plate. Prigge, Marlowe, Makaru, middle third of the Hiram order. The Terriers on top. 2-1 here in game number 2 of the doubleheader. Alexis Jackson. That pitch is hit out towards the back of the infield dirt, and Lily Mito will flag it down to make the catch for out number 1. 1 down for Hannah Marlowe, who had a run-scoring single in her first at-bat. She is 3 for 5 in the doubleheader with a couple of runs batted in. First pitch bounces in for ball 1. Two, 1 on the top of the third. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Hiram. A run, 2 hits, and 1 error for Grove City. 1-0 misses high, now 2-0. Hiram has stranded 2 runners in each of the first 2 innings. On the way. Misses a little bit low, and it's now 3-0. Taking all the way, it's a strike to Marlowe, right down the middle, now 3-1. Jackson's 3-1 on the way. Here it comes, and it misses low for ball 4. First walk of the game for Jackson. It's a one-out walk to Marlowe, brings up Dana Makaru, lined out to Sydney McBride in right field in her first at bat. Officially 0 for 5 in the doubleheader. She bats with 1 on and 1 out. First pitch is lined to right center. It's a base hit. Is it going to get the alley? Anthony able to cut it off, but it's going to be a double. As sliding in safely is Makaru. Marlowe takes third on the play. Second and third with 1 down. The second double of the nightcap for the Terriers, and they're in business with 1 down in the third. And we are going to have a substitution of some sort. As Giselle Bahana has the lineup card out and talking to Bob Cito. Second and third with 1 down. And it will be a pinch runner at second base for Marlowe. As coming on to run will be Emery Fink, reserve outfielder. She will run at third. That's for Marlowe in the DP spot. So for now, Fink owns that distinction. She's at third. Makaru, the trail runner, at second. 1 down for Lola Thomas, who flew out to left in her first at bat. Shows bunt, pulls back, and it is high for a ball. Hiram perhaps sensing a chance for a big inning here. Second and third, 1 down. Corner infielders are creeping in. The bunt pushed up the first base line. Myers tags the runner, throws home and safe. Close to a double play, but Fink beats the wrap at home. Very close to the play at the plate, but the Fink able to sneak in. It goes as a sacrifice 3 unassisted. Fink scores and Makaru takes third. And it is now 3-1 in the top of the third. Brings up Hannah Schmoller, and she takes the first one for a ball. 2 down, but Hiram is added to the lead. Single runs in each of the first 3 innings. Schmoller doubled and scored in the second. 1-0 high, 2-0. Thomas put down the bunt. Myers tagged her and shoveled it to Shea at the plate, but Fink was able to get the hand in there. And 2-0 chopped to Vogt over at third. Vogt will throw it to first, and the head-high grab made by Myers to end the inning. Hiram able to add to the lead, however. The double by Makaru, the big hit, and then the squeeze bunt from Thomas. Terriers get a run. 1 hit. There were no errors. And 1 runner left. Middle of the third at College Field. It's Hiram 3, Grove City 1 on the Wolverine Sports Network.
You can't escape a traffic jam. Know what else you can't escape? Seasonal allergies. And you might think you can avoid that coffee stain until... Oh, really? You can't escape a lot of things in life, but you can escape prediabetes. Prediabetes captures 1 in 3 adults. There are usually no signs of prediabetes. In fact, most people don't even know they have it. But with early diagnosis, you can change the outcome and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Take action by taking the 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. You might not be able to escape having this song stuck in your head, but you can escape prediabetes. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org today. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Top of the order for Grove City in the bottom of the third. 3-1 Hiram the lead. Avery Contini's first pitch to Evelyn Montone is lined to center, a base hit. Montone 2 for 2 in the nightcap. 3 for 5 in the doubleheader. The Wolverines have the leadoff batter on for Noel Anthony, who had a sacrifice bunt in the first. Anthony 0 for 3 in the opener. Anthony shows bunt, now pulls back. Contini's first pitch, skied to left. Going back is Moser. She'll make the catch. And that's the first out. In inning number 3 for the Wolverines. Brings up Cora Myers, flew out to left in the fourth. Myers 1 for 4 with a double in the twin bill. Cora Myers, triple, double, and single game 1 against Franciscan on Saturday. Hitting a run on. Montone is going to be out at second. The turn, and it is dropped at first. Would have been a double play. Montone was on the move. Torres grabbed it, threw it to Thomas. She threw it to first. It was right on the money, but Papineau dropped it. Thus, Myers reaches. It goes as a fielder's choice. You can't assume the double play, but it was going to be a double play. Lily Meidel stands in. That one's high for a ball. Meidel RBI single in the first. Meidel 2 for 4 with a double and 2 runs batted in today. Myers at first, decent speed. And this one's a roller, and will sneak through for a base hit. Myers will stop at second. And Lily Meidel 2 for 2 this afternoon. So the tying runs are on base for Sydney Shea, who grounded back to Contini in the first. Shea 0 for 2 officially in the doubleheader. Walked twice and reached on an error in game 1. Right-hand hitting catcher. Contini's first pitch. Nicks the outside corner for strike 0-1. Oh and 1 to Shea. That one low and squirts past the catcher. That one squirted past Prigge. The runners will move up on the passed ball. Count now 1-1. The tying runs in scoring position. 1-1, line to left, and Moser goes over to flag it down. I don't know if Sydney Shea has hit a ball harder this year, but it went right into the leather of Moser to end the inning. For Grove City, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. 3 innings complete in game number 2. Grove City leads Hiram 3-1 on the Wolverines Sports Network.
Valvoline Express Karen Car Wash of Grove City. Check your oil, check your clothes, and get you clean. Fast, family service for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Microblades or filters, check your tire pressure. Locally off, nationally not.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Fall. Leaves are changing. Why not get a jump start on the season and get the oil changed in your vehicle? We have your grade of Valvoline oil regardless of your gas or diesel engine. We stock most air filters and windshield wiper blades. So don't forget, we offer 2 automatic car washes along with 2 self-serve bays. Stop by to have your car run and look great. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash will go. See, it's that easy.
Nine, 1, and 2 due for Hiram in the top of the fourth. Avery Contini leading off, and she takes strike one from Alexis Jackson. Contini 0 for 1 in the game, lined out to left in the second. Jackson's 0-1 bounces in. It's now 1-1. Contini, Robles, Torres for Hiram. In the top of the fourth inning, Hiram has scored single runs in each of the first 3 innings to take a 2-run lead. 1-1 is high, 2-1. Both teams are 10-9 in the President's Athletic Conference. St. Vincent is 10-10. Bearcats will host Grove City Saturday in the regular season finale. 2-1 in for a strike, and now 2-2. Two bounced on the left side. Midel, the shortstop, with it, throws over to first in time to retire Contini. Back to the top of the order for Danielle Robles, who doubled in a run on the second. She's 1 for 2 in the nightcap, 1 for 5 in the doubleheader. If you're thinking about tiebreakers in terms of the PAC, of course, we don't know what Grove City and St. Vincent are going to do on Saturday. But Hiram has 2 wins over St. Vincent, sweeping the Bearcats in the conference opener March 21st, 15-2 and 6-4. First one fouled off by Robles, the left-hand hitting center fielder. So if it ends up, if there's a split today and then a 3-way tie, that's certainly, again, depending on how things shake out Saturday too, but just kind of file that nugget away. Right now, Hiram has the head-to-head on St. Vincent. 0-1 is high, 1-1. And W&J is still mathematically alive as well at 9-11. Presidents probably need some help. But they still have some embers of hope smoking. The 1-1 fouled off, 1-2. And Grove City has a sweep over W&J. Hiram split with W&J. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Robles. Jackson deals. That one's high. It's 2-2. Update in baseball. Grove City's forged an 8-8 tie in the 6th. They're in game 2. Grove City going for the sweep in that one. Wolverines won 4-3 in the 11th inning in game 1. 2-2 from Jackson. Misses away. 3-2. Wolverines could come back. Would not, I don't believe would clinch anything, would put the Wolverines in really good shape to be in the PAC tournament. 3-2 from Jackson. The payoff pitch misses away. Robles on for the second time in game 2. A 1-out walk. Keep an eye on her down at first. That'll bring up Ari Torres. Singled in the second, grounded out in the first. Torres, 3 for 5 in the doubleheader, and then you keep an eye on Robles. She never stopped. And went all the way to second. Stealing the base. Now, Kristen Kramer asking for time, and I think she's going to ask, was time called or was the look-back rule in effect? But if she doesn't stop, she can do that. And now she's going to go out and talk to the field umpire, Chuck Matsko. Again, the purpose of the circle in softball is if the pitcher has the ball in the circle, if a runner can't dance off a bag, they have to go. If they're going towards the base, they have to keep going until the pitcher makes a play on them. Robles rounded first and never stopped. He takes second on the play. So she's at second for Torres. Wolverines perhaps caught napping a bit there. Jackson's first pitch is high for a ball. On the Hiram side, Yasmin Clark was warming up behind the first base dugout, not in the bullpen area, but she was warming up. The Wolverine pitching staff is far from healthy. 1-0 chopped foul at the third base line. The game one winner, Abigail Metters, has been fighting illness for about a week and a half now, and Alexis Jackson was also under the weather earlier today. Of course, Olivia Lancey and Ellie Day both injured as well. Elena Tilka has pitched a little bit this year. 1-1, swing and a miss, now 1-2. The break glass in case of emergency pitcher would be Sydney McBride, who pitched some in high school, was not pitched collegiately, but if the Wolverines were in a real bind, they could bring number 8 in out of the bullpen. 1-2 bounces in, and Robles will take third on the wild pitch. She's at third with one down. The count is 2-2 on Torres. And there looks to be some stirring in the Grove City bullpen on the third base side. Jackson looking for a strikeout or a pop out here. 2-2. Foul over the Hiram dugout in the first base side, back into the parking lot. One down in the top of the fourth inning. 3-1 Hiram. Runner at third is a Robles. Torres batting. Another 2-2 from Jackson on the way. Bouncer to Vogt, gets a piece of it, knocks it back towards second base, and Robles will come home and score. And Hiram adds to the lead. It is 4-1. Kristen Kramer out of the third base dugout. And everybody is going to come in for this conference. It's going to be a 9-player confab out near second base. But Hiram adds to the lead. (4-1) Hiram. Now the Hiram runners and batter all convening on the third base side as well. Gives us a chance to look at the PAC scoreboard. Geneva leading at Bethany 5-3 in the third inning of game 2. Teal on top of Westminster 4-1 in the fifth inning. Women's lacrosse underway over at Thorne Field, and Grove City's on top of Otterbein 5-2. And here it's 4-1 Hiram as Robles scores on the air. 1 on, 1 out for Megan Moser. Singleton scored in the first, grounded out the third in the second. 2 for 6 in the doubleheader. Jackson misses on the first one. 39 strikes, 30 balls for Alexis Jackson. (1-0) roller left side. Meidel with it, throws the second for 1. And that's all the Wolverines will get is Stauffer wisely put it in her pocket. Moser's the second out, brings up Kayla Prigge, who's 0 for 2 in game 2, 4 for 6 in the doubleheader. Prigge, the right-hand hitting catcher. Jackson's first pitch, roller down to third. Vogt with it, guns over to first, and the throw gets past Myers. Runners on the corners, and the inning continues. And will be Hannah Marlowe re-entering the game in the DP spot. Fink ran for her, and Fink was still in the game until now. Marlowe a chance to break this one open. 27 runs batted in, or no, excuse me, 29 runs batted in. Now that leads Hiram. She bats with runners on the corners. And 2 away in the 4th. Grove City baseball team now on top of Bethany 9-8 after 6 up on the hill. 4-run 6th for the Wolverines. Been a wild one up there. So Marlowe re-entering. She bats with runners on the corners. Jackson's first pitch. Low skips away, breaking for home and scoring is Moser. Prigge down to second, and it is 5-1 Hiram. So the Terriers, after single runs in each of the first 3 innings, have put up a crooked number in the 4th. 5-1, and Prigge out at second. 1-0 high, 2-0. Skips away. Another wild one. Prigge over to third. And the count is 3-1. This 4th inning has not been very crisp for the Wolverines. .30 down the middle. It is a strike. Prigge over at third with 2 down. The 3-1 to Marlowe, coming from Alexis Jackson. Bouncer knocked down by Jackson, knocked her glove off. She picks it up and fires it over to first to end the inning. Hiram adds to the lead. 2 runs without benefit of a hit. There were 2 errors and 1 left. Halfway home in the nightcap. It's Hiram 5, Grove City 1 on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Mama, what does the chicken say?
Chicken. Oh, okay.
Wolf?
Oh, a wolf. Woo!
What about the tiny dog? Cat? Owl?
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Dolphin? What does the turkey say? Whale?
Yeah, well, so.
Do the giraffe?
Giraffe, really? Okay. Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Kristen Tesh will lead off for Grove City. Tesh, Voke McBride, 6, 7, and 8 in the bottom of the fourth, and the first pitch from Contini's outside for a ball. Tesh 0 for 4 in the doubleheader. Hit a comebacker to Contini, leading off the second. Here's a chopper on the right side, grabbed by Torres, the second baseman, and toss over to first in time for the first out of the fourth inning. Brings up Emma Voke. She also grounded back to Contini in the second. Right-hand hitting third baseman Emma Voke. First pitch is at the belt for a strike on Voke, 0-1. Is high, 1-1. Makaru at third base is step in front of the bag and about 6 feet off the line. 1-1 to Voke, high, 2-1. Outfield straight away. Now the center fielder, Robus, will shift towards right center bit. Bouncer at left side. Shortstop Thomas with it, guns over to first in time, and Voke is out number 2. 2 down for Sydney McBride. She walked the second for the Wolverines. First pitch is inside for a ball to McBride's. That popped off of the mitt of the catcher, Priggy. 1-0 on the Wolverine right fielder, batting in the 8 hole. 1-0 is a strike at the knees, 1-1. Women's lacrosse, Grove City's opened up an 8-2 lead the first quarter. Long way to go, but that's a surprise. 1-1 off speed pitch in for a strike. It's now 1-2. Not a surprise that Grove City's leading, but Otterbein coming in 10-5, 4-2 in the OAC, but Grove City off to a great start over at Thorne Field. The 1-2 bounce on the left side. Makaru grabs it near the bag, throws across the diamond, and it is a very efficient fourth inning for Contini. Zeros across for the Wolverines. On to the fifth. It's 5-1 Hiram on the Wolverine Sports Network.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Dana Makaru will lead off the fifth inning for Hiram. And she chops the first pitch to Voke, makes a nice grab, throw over to first, and it's in the dirt, skips away. Makaru will go to second. McBride backing up on the play, but Makaru able to slide in safely. She reaches on the air. Runner on for Lola Thomas, who is 0 for 1 with a run batted in game 2. Flew out to left in the second, squeeze bunt in the third. Thomas 1 for 5 in the doubleheader. So leadoff batter on via the throwing error, third error of the afternoon for the Wolverines. Check that, the fourth error. First one bunted foul, 0-1. Hiram 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. The Grove City line score 1, 4, and 4. Macario out at second. The bunt is back towards the circle. Jackson off the rubber, guns it over to the second baseman, Stauffer covering. Sacrifice goes 1-4. Macario over to third. The second sacrifice of the game for Thomas. It brings up Hannah Schmoller. Schmoller doubled and scored in the second, grounded out to third in the third. She is 2 for 4 in the doubleheader. She bats with a runner at third and one down in the fifth. And this one lined to center, a base hit. Schmoller hot this afternoon. Sharp single to center. And Hiram adds to the lead. It is now 6-1. The Terriers have scored in each inning today. The run unearned, of course, because Macario reached on the air. First pitch to Avery Contini, in there for a strike. Contini 0 for 2 in the nightcap. Struck out as a pinch hitter in game one, but Contini has done her job in the circle today, holding Grove City to just one run through the first 4 innings. Bouncer left side. Mito on the third hop, throws to Stauffer second. The relay, and in time, Myers, a very nice stretch, held the bag for a 6-4-3 double play, and that cleans up the inning in a hurry. However, Hiram adds to its lead. Terriers get a run. 1 hit, 1 error, nobody left. Middle of the fifth at College Field. Hiram leading Grove City by a score of 6-1 on the home of the Wolverines.
Hey, is that a faucet running?
Nope, that's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest.
It is?
Yeah, forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink. The water comes straight from the forest to us. In fact,
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
that's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
How do trees clean the air?
They soak up the dirty air on their leaves, branches, and trunks, which means clean air for us.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yep, but the forest does more than give us clean air and water. It gives us shade for hot days, birds to listen to, and trees to climb.
Wow, that's awesome. I didn't know how cool the forest could be. Hey, let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Bottom of the fifth, and we have a pinch hitter for Grove City. Zoe Lidner will pinch hit for Abby Stauffer in the number 9 spot of the order, and she takes strike 1 at the knee. Lidner scored as a pinch runner in game 1. Stauffer 0 for 1 in the nightcap. Lidner on the season hitting .282. Pokes this one out towards right, and will get down for a base hit. Zoe Lidner with a pinch single to lead off the 5th inning. Back to the top of the order for Evelyn Montone. A couple of singles in this one, 3 for 5 in the doubleheader. First pitch misses inside for a ball on Montone. Lindner's base hit, the fifth of the Wolverines. Contini's 1-0, high 2-0. And earlier, Clark was getting loose. It probably wouldn't take her too long to get hot if needed. 6-1 the Hiram lead. Contini's 2-0. Strike at the knees, now 2-1. Two one is through the right side, of base hit. Lindner will stop at second. And first and second, nobody out for the Wolverines for Noel Anthony. Anthony 0 for 1 with a sacrifice in this one. Montone now 3 for 3. Her hitting streak is 15 games. Anthony 0 for 4 in the doubleheader. She certainly is due, one would think. Anthony fouls off the bunt at the plate. It's 0-1. Good speed on the bases for the Wolverines with Lindner at second, Montone at first. Of course, Anthony at the plate takes a backseat to nobody when it comes to sprinting. The 0-1 bunt pulled back. It's now 1-1. Prigge, the catcher, was trying to kind of nonchalant it as the center fielder Robles came busting in towards second base. But Lindner had not strayed too far off. 1-1, bunt back towards the pitcher. Contini with it, throws to the second baseman, Torres covering at first. Lindner to third, Montone to second. The sacrifice 1-4. Well, now 2 runners in scoring position for Cora Myers. Myers 0 for 2 in game 2, 1 for 5 with a double in the doubleheader. Contini sends the first man, and it's a bouncer grabbed by the third baseman, and Lindner runs right into an out at home plate. Fielded on a hop down there by Makaru and threw it home. The tag applied by the catcher Prigge for out number 2. The putout goes 5-2. Montone to third on the play. Myers reaches on the fielder's choice. Now 2 down for Lily Meidel, who's 2 for 2 in game 2. 3 for 5 in the doubleheader. She takes the first one high for a ball. I think the Wolverines need to get at least get something on the board here. Second, third, 1 out, and now first and third, 2 down. One-0, check swing foul on the first base side. 1-1. Update in baseball, Grove City leading Bethany 9-8. They're in the top of the 8th up at Jack Behringer Field. We're in the bottom of the 5th here with Hiram leading Grove City 6-1. Wolverines won the opener 3-2. Montone at third, Myers at first. The 1-1 to Meidel, and it's a bouncer back into the circle. Flagged down by Contini. Throws over to first, and that ends the threat. For Grove City, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and the Wolverines leave 2 through 5. 6-1 Hiram on the Wolverines Sports Network.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff, even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Top quarter for Hiram. Danielle Robles leading off as she takes Jackson's first pitch of the 6th inning high for a ball. Robles, Torres, Moser for the Terriers, who lead 6-1. Robles 1 for 2 with a double, walk, and a run scored in the nightcap. Alexis Jackson up on the rubber in the 1-0. Low 2-0. Jackson 5 innings today, 6 runs, only 2 earned, however. But she's on the hook right now. 2-0 roller to the first baseman, Cora Myers. She will step on the base for out number 1. 1 down for Ari Torres. 1 for 3 in this one. 3 for 6 in the doubleheader. Grounded out to third in the first, singled in the second, reached on an error in the fourth. Right-hand hitting second baseman. First pitch misses away for ball 1. Vogt, the third baseman, even with the bag. Myers a step in front of the first base bag. Middle infielders shading their respective holes. The 1-0. A bit high, 2-0 to Torres. Bounces in. It's now 3-0. Update in women's lacrosse. Grove City's up 11-2. 5 minutes into the second quarter over at Thorne Field. Grove City men's lacrosse team in action tonight at Hiram. First ever meeting between those teams, 7 o'clock. The opening face-off, 3-0, misses low. A 4-pitch walk to Torres. She's on base for the third time in game 2. Brings up Megan Moser. 1 for 3, 2 runs scored in this one. 2 for 7 in the doubleheader. And we have a brief stoppage. I had to get some equipment off the field on the Hiram side and changing out game balls on the Grove City side. And now we're about to resume action. Alexis Jackson's first pitch to Moser. Line to the second baseman, Stauffer, and scampering back to the bag is Torres. That's out number 2. Torres did a good job of not straying too far off the bag. She's at first now with 2 down for Prigge, who has twice reached on an error in this one. 4 for 4 in game 1. Jackson's first pitch, strike on the inside corner to the Hiram backstop. Vogt even with the bag at third. 0-1, and it's bounced to Meidel. Goes to a knee, throws over to first, and safe as Prigge beat it out. An infield hit. Prigge got down the line. Meidel had to go to a knee. By the time she got up, Prigge was able to get there. And the inning continues for Hannah Marlowe. Marlowe 1 for 2 with a walk in game 2. First one's high for a ball to the Hiram DP, Hannah Marlowe. Marlowe, junior from Huntsville, Ohio. Listed as a third baseman on the roster. Hits a bouncer to Meidel, who fields a high hop. Throws over to first, and that ends the inning. Wolverines keep Hiram off the scoreboard for the first time in the top of the 6th. No runs. 1 hit, no errors. 2 left. Middle of the 6th, Hiram on top by a score of 6-1. This is Wolverine softball.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest,
Uh-oh.
or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Sidney Shea will lead off for Grove City in the bottom of the 6th inning. Shea, Tesh, Voke. Shea is 0 for 3 with 2 walks in the doubleheader. Avery Contini has been very efficient, needing only 65 pitches to get through the first 5 innings. Her 66th offering is out of the zone for ball 1. 42 strikes, 24 balls for the Dover, Ohio product. 1-0, bouncer left side. Backhand grab made by the shortstop. Thomas throws over to first in time to get Shea. Nice backhand play in the hole for out number 1. That'll bring up Kristen Tesh. A couple of groundouts in game 2. Tesh 0 for 5 in the doubleheader. Contini's first pitch skips in for ball 1. Tesh, right-hand hitting batter, caught in game 1, DP in game 2. The 1-0's on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Update in baseball, Bethany's forged a 9-9 tie in the top of the 8th, and the Bison have the bases loaded. 1-1 is high, 2-1. Wolverines will host Teal in baseball Saturday. We'll have the action, 12:45 airtime on the Wolverine Sports Network. That's weather permitting, of course. 2-1 is bounced back through the middle of the base hit. Tesh back through the box with her first hit of the afternoon. Wolverines have a runner on with 1 down for Emma Voke. Voke grounded out to the pitcher Contini in the 2nd, grounded out to short in the 4th. And we may have a pinch runner for Tesh over at first. Looks like Zoe Bott has emerged from the dugout. So Bott will run. One on, 1 down for Emma Voke, who, as we said, is 0 for 2 in game 2. Still time for the Wolverines, but I think they have to get at least a couple here. First pitch chopped. Macario, the third baseman, comes up with it, throws to first, and in time. Bott to second on the play. The throwback down to second. Bott went around the base but did not stray very far. Bott at second. 2 down now for Sydney McBride. McBride a walk in the 2nd, grounded out to 3rd in the 4th. Grove City has left on 6 so far. Hiram is stranded 8. Hiram left a boatload of base runners in game one also. First pitch to McBride is high for a ball. In fact, Hiram stranded 10 runners in the opener. That certainly loomed large in a 3-2 game. McBride ahead in the count 1-0. Right-hand batting right fielder. Off-speed pitch from Contini. The knees 1-1. Zoe Bott running for Tesh out at second. 2 down in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-1 skied down the left field line. Who wants it? It's going to land foul. McBride stays alive as Moser, Thomas, and Makaru were all in the neighborhood, but nobody could get to it. So McBride remains alive. Behind in the count 1-2. Contini gets a sign from Priggy. This one's lined to center. It's a base hit. Up with it quickly is Robles. Bott coming home. Here comes the relay. It is late. Sidney McBride with a 2-out single. And the Wolverines have cut it to 6-2. McBride roped that one back up the middle. It's now 6-2. I'll bring up Abby Stauffer, who popped out to first in the second. Zoe Lidner pinch hit for her in the 5th and had a single. Then Stauffer's re-entered, so she'll bat with McBride. Over at first and 2 down. First pitch to Stauffer is high for a ball. McBride over at first, good speed. 1-0 is high, 2-0 now. Bethany is pulled ahead of Grove City in baseball, 11-9. 2-0 fouled off the screen on the first base side. 2-1 on Abby Stauffer. Teal defeats Westminster today 4-3. A bouncer back towards the circle. It is grabbed by the pitcher Contini, and she will gun over to first to retire Stauffer. Wolverines get a run. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, 1 left. On to the 7th. Hiram leading Grove City 6-2 on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Check your body, check your clothes, and get you clean. Family service for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Microblades or filters, check your tire pressure. Locally off. Nationally not.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Fall. Leaves are changing. Why not get a jump start on the season and get the oil changed in your vehicle? We have your grade of Valvoline oil regardless of your gas or diesel engine. We stock most air filters and windshield wiper blades. So don't forget, we offer 2 automatic car washes along with 2 self-serve bays. Stop by to have your car run and look great. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express Car Wash will go. Sing, time. It's that easy.
Dana Makaru leads off for Hiram in the top of the 7th inning. She is 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Reached on an error last inning. Alexis Jackson's first pitch high for a ball. Makaru, Thomas, and Schmoller 6, 7, 8 in the Hiram batting order. 1-0 is a roller right back to Jackson, and Alexis throws over to Cora Myers. for the first out of the 7th inning. One down for Lola Thomas, a fly out and a couple of sacrifices. 1 for 5 with a run scored officially in the doubleheader. Jackson winds and deals. This one's skied out to right center. Noel Anthony is there. Makes the catch. And there are 2 away in the 7th. That'll bring up Hannah Schimoller. Schimoller doubled and scored in the 2nd. Grounded out to 3rd in the 3rd RBI single in the 5th. She'll bat with nobody on and 2 down in the top of the 7th. Jackson's first pitch is a strike at the top of the zone. 0-1 on the Hiram right fielder. Chopped. Vok makes the grab near the bag, throws over to first, and in time. A very tidy 7th inning for Alexis Jackson. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Last chance for the Wolverines. The bottom of the 7th comes up next on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Founded in 1955, the President's Athletic Conference is regarded as one of the elite NCAA Division III conferences in the nation. Comprised of 12 private institutions and 1 associate member, the PAC thrives in athletics and academics. Now sponsoring 24 varsity sports, the PAC remains unique in this day of high-pressure college athletics, with academics at the core of every program. With over 300 academic All-Americans and over 1,400 academic honor roll recipients with a 3.6 GPA or higher in the past year alone. Our student athletes excel in athletics as well as the classroom. Want to learn more? Visit us at pacathletics.org or follow us on social media.
Grove City down 6-2, going to the bottom of the 7th, but the Wolverines are in a good spot in the order. The top of the order, Evelyn Montone, Noel Anthony, and Cora Myers. As Grove City looks to rally here, but the Wolverines down to their final 3 outs. Wolverines took the opener 3-2. First pitch is bounced through the left side. It is a base hit. Evelyn Montone, 4 for 4 in the nightcap. The leadoff batter on for Noel Anthony. Anthony 0 for 1 with 2 sacrifices in the nightcap. Right-hand batter facing Avery Contini. Contini has pitched well. Contini today, 6 innings. She's given up 9 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no strikeouts, and 1 walk. Anthony takes the first one high for a ball. One-0 strike right down the middle, 1-1. Anthony taking all the way. 53 strikes, 30 balls for Contini today. Montone over at first. Be surprised if she's going anywhere. Pitch in the dirt, there she goes. She will steal second on what turned out to be a pretty close play. So she's now at second with nobody out. And the count 2-1 on Noel Anthony. Two one bouncer on the right side. Grabbed by Papineau, the first baseman dives and touches the bag with the mitt for out number 1. Nice job by Papineau with Anthony charging down the line. Montone goes to third. Anthony is out 3 unassisted. 1 out for Cora Myers. That was not an easy play that Papineau made. Made the backhand grab, going away from the bag, had to spin 180 degrees and then get to the base before Noel Anthony, who can really motor, but it's out number one. Myers will hit a chopper on the right side. Gloved by the second baseman Torres. Throws to first in time. Montone scores. It's an RBI ground out, which makes it 6-3. Now the Wolverines are down to their final out. It'll be Lily Meidel to stand in. Meidel, 2 for 3 with a run batted in. Meidel looking to keep the line moving. Takes the first pitch high for a ball. (6-3) Hiram. Terriers closing in on a doubleheader split. 1-0 bounces in, 2-0, and they would stay a game ahead of Grove City in the standings. Both teams are 10-9 at the moment. Hiram would clinch a tournament berth with a win Saturday. (2-0) in for a strike, now 2-1. (2-1) chop foul at the plate, 2-2. Who's playing Friday? Okay. Well, people might have heard. So Grove City St. Vincent is Friday. So Grove City St. Vincent will play Friday because of the weather. 2-2 pop foul, and it stays 2-2. So that's some breaking news here on the Wolverine Sports Network. And looking at the forecast, that seems like a prudent decision. Meidel hanging tough. It's 2-2. Pitch from Contini. Roller left side. Up with it is Thomas. Can't come up with it. And Meidel reaches on the air. So the Wolverines stay alive and will bring up Sydney Shea. Kristen Kramer has the lineup card out, talking with home plate umpire Bob Sitto. And will they run for Meidel over at first? Somebody's coming out of the dugout. And it will be Elena Tilka to run. Tilka will run over at first for Lidner. Sydney Shea, 1 for 3, or 0 for 3 in the nightcap. That second out was a sharp liner to left. Contini's first pitch in the dirt. Tilka breaks for second. She will take second on the wild pitch. So it does take the force away. And Wolverines down to their final out. Hiram on top, 6-3. And there's a liner, and it's deflected by the shortstop. Throws the second on to first. It's a 6-4-3 put out to end the game. Thomas dove to her left, deflected it to Torres, and then she throws the first to retire Shea and end the game. Shea hit another ball hard, but it is the third out of the seventh and the final out of the ball game. For Grove City, in the seventh inning, the Wolverines get a run. There was a hit, an error, and one left. Hiram takes the nightcap by a final score of 6-3. We'll come back with a quick recap after this on the Wolverine Sports Network.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me. Hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies.
That's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay. How about you?
Wi-Fi everywhere?
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
Oh, that's way better.
Now that you mention it.
When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
This is the news. This morning, we are saluting the 2.2 million women who have joined in the war effort. They now make up 37% of the workforce, changing their role forever.
The prestigious Harvard Medical School is breaking ground today, opening its doors to new female applicants.
Today, little girls all over the world look to the sky, where the first woman is now in space.
Military stereotypes are challenged today with the trailblazing promotion of a U.S. female officer to 4-star general. It was just announced that the vast majority of last year's doctorate degrees were earned by women.
We've come so far, but our news is changing for the worse. More women die from heart disease and stroke than men, even though it can be prevented. Make a change at goredforwomen.org today. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women.
Chris, can you put the video game controller down for a second?
I can talk and play. Oh, I'm totally annihilating this punk kid in Nebraska.
I just feel like you're not acting like a grown-up in our relationship.
Am too.
Well, you still ride your skateboard to work. There's the comic book collection, the race car bed.
Look, I'm young at heart, but I put money into my 401k every paycheck. I picked up a few savings tips at feedthepig.org. I have control of my financial life now, and that feels pretty grown up.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million bucks. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. For free ideas and easy tips on ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
So, I bet I look like a grown-up to you now.
Well, except for the footy pajamas, I'd have to agree.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
We are back one final time on the Wolverine Sports Network, where Hiram takes the nightcap 6-3 to earn a split with Grove City. The totals for Hiram: 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 8 runners left on. For Grove City, 3 runs, 9 hits, 4 errors, and 8 runners left on. Winning pitcher is Avery Contini. She's 3-6. The loss to Alexis Jackson, she is 3-1. Time of the game, 1 hour and 42 minutes. So Hiram is now 11-9 in the President's Athletic Conference. Grove City 10-10. And it's going to come down to Friday, Grove City at St. Vincent. Both teams are 10-10 in the PAC. And again, there's some things could work out, different tiebreakers and so forth, but Wolverines will need at least 1 win on Saturday. It's possible that 1 win would get them in for sure, depending on some other tiebreakers. Then, of course, if Hiram would lose and fall into a 3 or 4-way tiebreaker. But bottom line is it's going to come down to Grove City and St. Vincent, presumably, for the final spot in the PAC tournament, although W&J is alive as well. Have to do some more looking and researching on that, but that's a Thursday project right now. It was Hiram scoring in each of the first 5 innings. Hannah Marlowe, an RBI single, knocked in Megan Moser in the first. Grove City answered, the Wolverines answered in the first. Evelyn Montone, who went 4 for 4, singled, went the second on a Noel Anthony sacrifice and scored on a Lily Meidel single. In the second, Hannah Schmoller doubled for Hiram, scored on a Danielle Robles double. In the third, Marlowe walked, went to third on a Dana Makaru double, and then pinch runner Emery Fink scored on a sac bunt, and it was 3-1 Hiram. Terriers scored twice in the fourth. Robles walked, later scored on a wild pitch. Moser reached on a fielder's choice and scored on an error. Makaru reached on an error in the 5th and scored on a Hannah Schmoller single. Grove City gets a run in the 6th. Kristen Tesh singled. And later on, Sydney McBride knocked in the pinch runner Zoe Bott. In the 7th inning, Montone, leadoff single, and later scored on a Cora Myers groundout. So Hiram takes the nightcap 6-3. Grove City won the opener 3-2. Hiram 11-9 in the league. Grove City is 10-10. And with that, we are going to call it an afternoon, now evening here at College Field. I want to thank our athletic director, Todd Gibson, for all of his help. Facility manager, Kathy Jacobs, for everything she has done for us. Thanks to Assistant Sports Information Director, Tyler Grupak. He's over at women's lacrosse right now. Thanks to Carson Lucas for his help as well today. This is Ryan Briggs saying so long from College Field. Grove City closes the home schedule with a split today. 3-2 win in the opener. Hiram bounces back to take the nightcap 6-3. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. We'll talk to you later this week on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Thank you for tuning into the Wolverine Sports Network. We'll talk to you next time on the home of the Wolverines.